do. What's your name? Sarah, what's your name? Trin, are you together? Yes. How did I know that? Now tell us, let's get to the star of the show here. Look at this beautiful.
He's a barrel, isn't he?
He's a dustbin.
Great
word. All golden shoes and dustbins, really. That's what I say.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Okay, so thank you for talking to me. Today I'm gonna give people a scenario that's gonna seem really unethical, and I'm gonna try and convince you that it's ethically acceptable. Okay.
Okay.
And since it's
why?
Because I like talking about ethics.
Okay. Cool.
So since it's a dog show where we're at, what would you say if I said it's ethical for me to kill and eat dogs?
To kill any dog?
Kill and eat, say this dog.
How
do you feel?
I don't think that's ethical if it's owned by someone you don't have, if it's not a wild dog. I think that would be unethical because it's owned by someone else.
And it hurts the human. If the dog didn't belong to someone else, so if I was breeding dogs and then I killed them.
For what purpose?
Because I like the way they taste.
Fine.
So I give you it as unnecessary. I could eat something else, but I really enjoy this.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it is morally acceptable to eat dogs.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on that? Do you disagree?
No, I agree.
Do you think it's okay to eat dogs?
Yeah, I mean, it's not in our culture, but other cultures do it, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say actually.
Okay.
Maybe I should play devil's advocate to you then, because you already think it's acceptable. Let's say if it was this dog, this is your dog.
Yeah.
Would it be unethical to me to eat that dog?
And if he died naturally, then it's better than throwing him away in the bin.
No, I agree. Let's say it's not natural then. Let's say I killed the dog after 6 months of age.
Oh no, that's murder. So no, I wouldn't say it's ethical.
So what if I said that other animals eat other animals, so why shouldn't I be allowed to eat your dog?
Oh, because he's property. I own him. He's an item which I paid for.
Yes. So it's not that the dog has any intrinsic value. It's more
that
that
value too. But the value is in him and my sentimental value and the actual property price that we paid for him.
Okay. Let's say that I was breeding the dog myself then. So you weren't the owner.
Yeah.
If I was breeding a dog myself and I killed them after 6 months, is that ethical?
Are you killing them ethically in a humane way?
I use a really sharp knife, so it's quick.
I mean, if it's up to the same ethical standards of like killing any other type of animal, then I wouldn't want to be involved. But it's not unethical.
Unfortunately, we're at the top of this food chain. As long as it's a sustainable thing, and there's going to be emotions in some ways about it. But if that was in a culture where that is being done, personally, I can't speak for everyone else. I think that's okay because, unfortunately, we're at the top of the food chain. But I wouldn't like that happening because I've got more of association in this culture with dogs.
I was going to say, in this country, is it not illegal?
It's actually legal for you to kill your own dog in your own home if you're going to eat them after. That's mad. In a humane way. So, yeah.
In a humane way. As in kill the dog in a humane way.
Yeah. So like use a really sharp knife or something. I don't know. If I brought a dog with me that had bred for the purpose of eating.
I think that's just quite unfair. no,
for you and the dog.
No, I'll tell you why. No, because the problem about that is that you haven't asked for me to witness that. Do you know what I mean? I think that's just quite.
So you'd be concerned with
suddenly it's the situation like this isn't a place to be.
Public space.
Yeah, it's a public space. That's the issue. I think
it's
not allowed to get your pants off, are you? So you
it's the same thing. It's the same thing. There's an agreed set of things that you do in public. That's not one of them.
It's unethical because it causes you harm. It's not the act itself. It's that you'd see it.
No, because we're fine about if it was breeding. We're fine about you killing a dog for breeding.
So if I took the animal behind a tree where you couldn't see me and then killed the dog,
I still wouldn't be cool with that. Like if it was a chicken and you were doing it behind a bush here, I probably wouldn't be that cool with it.
Okay.
You know, it's
still a bit weird though. Like you can do it on your own land, no?
Yeah, I mean.
No, but that just makes more sense.
Well, let's say if I moved it from the tree to my house and did the same thing, does the act become any more morally acceptable?
Yes.
How is it then that we would morally justify, say me? How do I morally justify killing an animal if I don't need to? Is there a justification I could use?
Well, it's food. It's food chain.
If I was to put it in the dog's context and said, well, it's food chain, it's food, it's literally food, I can eat it, would that justify me killing the dog?
If you know food sources and we're going to die, then yes, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, but if we don't need to,
well, no, but we have societal standards to that. I think we won't just kill something for the sake of killing it and eating it. I mean, if there was a zombie apocalypse, I'd kill him first.
But if we think of, say, if you live in London in today's world, how would we morally justify killing an animal if we don't need to?
I think
in London today we can, but that's my opinion, and other people have other opinions.
Sure.
I mean, I need meat to survive. I've got lots of food food intolerances, and I can't get a protein source in the same way I can from meat. And I get really ill if I don't have meat. So
I don't agree with it in the first place.
Right.
So in this country and in this culture.
Because it's the culture.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that culture should dictate morality?
Sunday, dude.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Let me give an example then.
Drinks.
I totally feel it. I was the same last night. I've had a coffee, so I'm doing a bit better
Okay,
now. So,
That's
if
a really, really big question. It's
It
like
is a
it
big
isn't
question.
just
Yeah.
yes. It's not no.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like
There's
I want to
layers
go home.
no. There's layers
No,
to that
go on.
question.
Fill
Yes.
us in.
Okay. So, if it is part of the culture to treat women very poorly, does the fact that it's part of the culture in any way make it more morally acceptable to treat a woman like that?
No. Sorry, no. But that's not this point. Sorry, I'm getting confused now because it's just that's so different. Because the
I'm
whole
saying-
point here is that we are agreeing. I think in a breeding, if that is what you eat in a country, and I'm just imagining because you don't eat something else, that's what you eat. That makes sense to be doing that. That does. This women thing.
And I guess the thing is, if we consume enough calories, regardless of what it is, we would be getting enough protein, just because all plants contain protein.
yeah,
So,
but not in the same amount.
yeah, definitely. But
So I think you'd have to eat quite a lot, and for people can't do that. Like I personally
so the recommended amount of protein per day is 50 grams. So even if you had potatoes all day, enough calories, which would be a shit diet, I know. But if you had enough calories, you would be getting enough protein. But sure, you wouldn't have to take my word for it. That'd be something that you can.
No, believe it.
This would be a funny thumbnail. But let's say if you found out you could be healthy, say on a vegan diet, do you think that would be a better option in terms of your own living with your own morals and your own values?
For you probably, but for me, no. I don't have strictly vegetarian morals, so.
But you wouldn't be accepting me to harm a dog.
Yeah, but I really love the taste of steak.
No, it's just because I thought you guys were saying that it's part of their culture to eat dogs, and that makes it okay. It's part of our culture to eat pigs, so therefore that's okay. So I'm thinking, if it's part of my culture to treat a being this way, does the fact that it's part of my culture make it okay, or is it irrelevant?
It makes it, in my opinion, firstly okay because everyone's been brought up like that, so they are ignorant of anything that is wrong themselves because they have had someone teaching them how something is, and they've grown up in that manner. And if they don't know anything otherwise, sometimes it's hard to know another way.
You have no perspective that it's not.
You don't know, because if the culture is ingrained in this, yes, sometimes if hopefully you're rebellious enough to know about it, that's great. But I feel that sometimes there is such a way of life you don't even witness that there is a wrong. True. So that's the only thing. If they were to know about it, then I'd hope, yes, that they can stand up against.
So okay, I'm gonna push a bit harder on this one then and see what you say.
Here we go.
In Saudi Arabia, where they treat women really poorly, but if the women don't, that's normal to them, that's a social norm, they're used to it. Is it justified to treat women so badly, where they haven't got the right to go outside without a man? Is that okay?
No, it's not justified.
Even if it's part of their culture?
No.
Yeah, because
it's not justified. Yeah. It's just completely. It's just they haven't known anything otherwise. Yeah,
that's true. And there are many differences between me and a dog. What is the difference that justifies the differential treatment? So what is it about me that's different to the dog that makes it okay to hurt the dog but not me? Or a pig?
If I'm really honest, if I'm going to be very black and white, it's just the layers of, what's it called, hierarchy of top of the food chain. It's just that we're on an equal level playing field if it's a human. There are things that happen when you're at the top, and if you're a meat eater, that would mean, if it's done in a humane way, that you can eat a dog or kill a dog.
Would that not be saying that might makes right, then? Because we can.
Yeah, that's what I believe there.
Let's say if I slapped my cameraman in the face, and you said, "What are you doing?" and I said, "Yeah, but I really like that."
Yeah.
Would you say that's fair enough, or would you say that's irrelevant to whether it's moral?
It's irrelevant because he's got his own values which he can put on it. So if you ask him and he's okay with it, that's fine.
If he consented.
Yeah, of course.
But I guess animals aren't consenting when we take their life.
No, but many live very happy lives before then. So
that's true. So if my dog was really happy before I killed them, would that make it more acceptable to kill them?
I guess why you're killing your dog.
Sorry?
I guess why are you killing your dog?
Food?
If you really want to do it, no one can stop you.
Yes, I guess no, but no one can stop me from doing other things, like I could hurt a woman and no one can stop me, but
No, she could, so.
some women couldn't, some people couldn't stop me.
Sure, but then that's assault.
Right, but I'm saying morally, what's the difference if they're both not consenting?
Okay, was he named after the one and only? That one, yes.
It's tricky.
I don't think it is, but I think it's just like everyone knows the value placed on human life versus animal life, so I don't think it's necessarily any different.
Within the right realms of that, without exploiting it there's a degree of that. As long as you are doing it to the degree that you need survival.
Right. That's it then, because I'd agree with you there then. If you need to do something to survive, that's different.
This is what I'm talking about. I think it's about surviving, and now,
So do you think we need to consume any animal products to survive or be healthy in the Western society?
No, we don't. No, we don't. We probably don't. There's my friends that are all vegetarians, so we don't. No.
Do you think it can be morally justified then, killing an animal if we don't need to?
I think we've always eaten meat. We're omnivores. So part of it is habitual.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of ethical issues with the farming industry, but then there are also sort of globally known chefs who I look up to, who have when it's on their turf, and they found a really like ecological sort of harmonized way to sort of have a farm for all the animals to serve some sort of purpose.
Let's say then we've got an ideal farm, really happy animals, lots of space, great lives. Is there a humane way to kill that animal?
I don't know. I don't know enough about farming.
So I guess the word humane means to show compassion or benevolence. Is there a compassionate way to?
It's like some people do it spiritually. There's some people believe that how they kill a goat, on top of a hill in a temple somewhere, is probably quite a spiritual, good way for that. That goat is being.
It's sacrificial, isn't it?
Sacrificial, yeah.
Does the goat have any choice in that matter though?
No.
It's completely the human, isn't it, deciding?
Yeah.
So do you think to the animal does it make a difference whether they're seen as some sacred sacrifice?
No.
Would you say it's wrong from the animal's perspective, regardless of the reason, if it's unnecessary?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to think an animal was equal to you, not to harm them. You just have to think they were more important than taste, pleasure, or convenience. I mean, let's say if I was going to hurt an animal in front of you, not necessarily a dog, like a pig or cow, would you try and stop me from doing that?
Well, a man tried to kick my dog in the face and then tried to assault me, and I just started crying. So yeah, of course I would.
You see it as unethical.
For a random animal in the street.
And does it matter? Does it
I think
matter?
it does matter.
It does matter, yeah.
I think there's like social norms in place that put like people and animals have different relations in different situations.
Yeah.
And I think a farmer and a pig, while I don't particularly agree with it, it's like that's a social norm that we've established, whereas if you brought a pig here and killed it, you'd be arrested.
Absolutely. That's a fair point. Do you think that social norms are a good measure of morality, though? Because there's things in our past that have been definitely normal, right? Like I could say to you, it was a social norm to keep slaves once upon a time, and you'd say that does not make it moral.
Yeah, but we're talking about things that, like we're intelligent beings.
Yes. No, yeah.
So I think that's the difference, and it's what you were touching on earlier. It's not necessarily just that we're at the top of the food chain. We experience feelings and outlooks in life that are very, very different to an animal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few things there. The intelligence thing, I would ask you, do you think that we should give moral value based on intelligence? So if you're much more intelligent than me, and you might be, would that mean that your life is worth more than mine? If our capacity to suffer and the will to live is the same?
No.
I've got relatives who own what they consider an ethical farm, where they love all the animals, regardless of names. They care for them really well. They only drink milk from their cows, who they care for personally, like milk, and they make sure they live very happy lives. And then when they're basically old and not living a happy life anymore, then they kill them and eat them and sell them. But
do you think
there's a difference in that and just like a massive
factory farm?
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure, there's definitely better and worse ways to do something. But do you think you can love animals and kill them?
Yes.
And if we put that in a human context, could I love my girlfriend and harm them?
Yes.
I think it harks back to the fact that there has never been a world where humans haven't eaten meat in some capacity.
Do you think that just because something's always happened, does that necessarily mean it's moral and should continue?
No.
No. you know, we're going back to, I mean, we're designed for it. We have canines. It's like, it's kind of, there's something about it.
Herbivore animals do have canines as well. There are, like, hippos have the biggest canines in the world. They're vegan. But let's say if I grant you it is completely natural and we're sort of evolutionarily designed to eat animals. Do you think just because we can do something, does that make it moral to do it? So if we can happen to be healthy without hurting animals, is that the obligation?
No, it's not the obligation.
How is that not an obligation not to harm them if we don't need to?
So I wouldn't harm something if we didn't need to.
Right.
I think it's a trade-off between harming animals and people, and also like harming society. And I think for me, being vegan wouldn't be possible. But for other people, it wouldn't. And I think imposing those values on other people harms them in other ways that it would harm them.
What would be the main trade-off in terms of human suffering if we were to go towards veganism?
Well, I think firstly, like farm products, like farmers' livelihoods, but they could shift. I think just in London, for example, people don't have the time to put effort into thinking about their food, where they're getting it from, where they're buying. They don't have the money to like shop around and find things.
You mentioned how we should sort of have our choice, but don't infringe on the choices of others. So tell me if you disagree with what I'm saying, because I'd say we should have the freedom to choose as long as our choices don't infringe on the well-being or rights of others. Would you agree with that? And would you say that if I choose to hurt a dog or a pig or a cow, am I infringing on the well-being of others?
Depends who's cow or pig.
Or the actual animal?
I'd say yes, but like in terms of this argument, no, because you have to think in terms of like social history and the way that we value human lives differently. So.